The Portrait of a Lady by Khushwant Singh. He remembers his grandmother as an old woman. Like everyone's grandmother, she was old. For the 20 years that he had known her, she had always been wrinkled and aged. People said she had once been young and beautiful. They even said she had a husband. But that was hard to believe. His grandfather's portrait hung above the mantelpiece in the drawing room. The old man in the picture wore a big turban and loose clothes. His long white beard covered most of his chest. He looked at least 100 years old. He did not look like someone who could have a wife or children. He looked like a man who could only have many grandchildren. And the idea that his grandmother had once been young and pretty seemed almost shocking. She often told them about the games she played as a child. That sounded strange and undignified to him. He and the others treated those stories like the religious tales she used to tell them. She had always been short and fat, and slightly bent. Her face was full of wrinkles running in every direction. They were sure she had always looked Disam. So terribly old that she could not grow older. For 20 years, she seemed to stay at Disam age. She could never have been pretty. But she was always beautiful. She moved slowly around the house, wearing spotless white clothes. One hand rested on her waist to support her bent back. With the other, she counted the beads of her rosary. Her silver hair lay scattered untidily over her pale, wrinkled face. Her lips constantly moved in silent prayer. Yes, she was beautiful. She was like a peaceful winter landscape in the mountains. Everything white, calm, full of peace and quiet contentment. When his parents moved to the city, they left him with her. From then on, they became very close friends. She woke him up every morning and got him ready for school. While bathing and dressing him, she said her morning prayers in a soft, sing-song voice. She hoped he would learn the prayer by heart. He listened because he loved her voice. But he never tried to memorize it. Then she would bring his wooden slate, already cleaned and covered with yellow chalk. She packed his small earthen ink pot and red pen into a bundle and handed it to him. After breakfast of a thick stale chapati with butter and sugar, they left for school. She carried extra stale chapatis for the village dogs. The school was attached to the temple, so she always came with him. The priest taught them the alphabet and morning prayer. While the children sat in rows on the veranda, singing together, his grandmother sat inside the temple reading religious scriptures. After school, they walked home together. The village dogs gathered at the temple door. They followed them home, growling and fighting over the chapatis she threw to them. Later, when his parents were settled in the city, they called them to live with them. That was the turning point in their friendship. They still shared the same room. But she no longer came to school with him. He now went to an English school by motor bus. There were no dogs in the city streets. So she began feeding sparrows in the courtyard. As years passed, they saw less of each other. She still woke him up and got him ready for school for some time. When he returned, she asked what he had learned. He told her English words and ideas of Western science. The law of gravity. Archimedes' principle. The earth being round. These things made her unhappy. She could not help him with his lessons. She did not believe in what they taught at the English school. She was sad that there was no teaching about God or scriptures. One day, he told her they were learning music. That disturbed her deeply. To her, music was something immoral. It belonged to beggars and women of bad character. It was not meant for respectable people. She said nothing. But her silence showed her disapproval. After that, she rarely spoke to him. When he went to university, he got a room of his own. The bond of their friendship broke. She accepted her loneliness quietly. She rarely left her spinning wheel. From sunrise to sunset, she sat spinning and praying. Only in the afternoon did she relax. That was the time she fed the sparrows. She sat in the veranda, breaking bread into tiny pieces. Hundreds of little birds gathered around her, making loud chirping sounds. Some sat on her legs. Some on her shoulders. Some even on her head. She smiled but never drove them away. That half hour was the happiest time of her day. When he decided to go abroad for further studies, he was sure she would be upset. He would be gone for 5 years. At her age, anything could happen. But she was not emotional. She came to see him off at the railway station. She did not talk. She showed no feelings. Her lips moved in prayer. Her fingers turned the beads of her rosary. Silently, she kissed his forehead. As he left, he kept that moist imprint in his memory, thinking it might be the last physical touch between them. But it was not. After 5 years, he returned home. She met him at the station. She did not look a day older. She still had no time for words. While she held him close, he could hear her whispering prayers. Even that day, her happiest moments were spent feeding her sparrows. But that evening, something changed. She did not pray. Instead, she gathered the women of the neighborhood. She brought out an old drum and began to sing songs of warriors returning home. For hours, she beat the old drum and sang loudly. They had to stop her, fearing she would exhaust herself. It was the first time in his memory that she had not prayed. The next morning, she fell ill. It was just a mild fever, and the doctor said it would pass. But she believed her end was near. She said that since she had missed her prayers the previous evening, she would not waste any more time talking. They tried to protest. She ignored them. She lay peacefully in bed, praying and counting her beads. Suddenly, her lips stopped moving. The rosary slipped from her fingers. Peaceful paleness spread across her face. She was dead. They lifted her from the bed and laid her on the ground, as custom demanded. They covered her with red cloth. After mourning for some hours, they left her alone to prepare for the funeral. In the evening, they returned with a stretcher. The sun was setting. Golden light filled her room and the veranda. They stopped in the courtyard. All over the veranda and inside her room, right up to where she lay wrapped in the red cloth, thousands of sparrows sat quietly on the floor. There was no chirping. They felt sorry for the birds. His mother brought some bread. She broke it into crumbs, just like his grandmother used to do, and threw it to them. The sparrows did not touch the bread. When they carried his grandmother's body away, the birds flew off silently. The next morning, the sweeper threw the untouched breadcrumbs into the dustbin. And that is how he remembers her. Not just as an old woman, but as a presence of peace. A quiet strength wrapped in white. A life lived in prayer. And a farewell witnessed by thousands of silent wings. And that's a wrap, folks. Hope English felt a little less boring and a lot more fun today, just how we do it here at Gyan Guru. If you learned something new or just enjoyed the vibes, don't forget to like, share, and of course, subscribe for more cool lessons and animated stories. Till next time, stay curious and stay awesome.